Welcome to Wisped Tales, where we explore the secrets that elevate your life, your confidence, and your presence. Body language is the oldest form of communication known to humanity, older than speech, older than writing, and older than any language on Earth. Before humans learned to talk, they survived through signals, posture, eye contact, facial expressions, and instinct. Even today, your body communicates your emotions, confidence, and intentions long before you speak a single word. Most people don't realize this, but over 70% of communication is nonverbal, which means your success in relationships, careers, friendships, negotiation, leadership, even first impressions, is shaped more by how you carry yourself than by the words you choose. A confident posture can open doors, while nervous habits can close them without you even knowing why. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who walked into a room and instantly stood out, even without saying anything? Or someone who seemed insecure or unsure, even though their words sounded confident? That's the power of body language. It reveals the truth your words try to hide. Your stance tells people whether you're open or defensive. Your eyes show whether you're present or distracted. Your gestures signal whether you're confident or uncomfortable. Your facial expressions reveal your emotions even before you understand them yourself. Mastering body language is not about pretending. It's about aligning your inner confidence with your outer presence, creating a harmony that makes you trustworthy, respected, and naturally charismatic. Now we will explore the physical, psychological, and emotional habits that transform the way you carry yourself. You will learn how to project confidence, how to read others with accuracy, and how to build a presence that leaves a lasting impact. Body language is your silent superpower, and today marks the beginning of mastering it. The moment you walk into a room, before you say a greeting or introduce yourself, people have already formed an opinion about you. Studies show it takes only 7 seconds, sometimes even less, for someone to decide whether you're confident, trustworthy, nervous, or approachable. And almost all of that comes from body language, not words. First impressions aren't just about looks. They're about the signals you send without even noticing. Your posture, your expression, the pace of your walk, the way you hold your shoulders, the tension in your jaw, all of these elements silently communicate your inner state. You may feel nervous, tired, or unsure, but your body broadcasts those feelings even when you try to hide them. When you walk into a room with your head held high, shoulders back, and a calm, steady pace, you send a message. I belong here. I'm confident. I'm ready. But when you enter with slouched shoulders, lowered eyes, or rushed, jittery movements, the message becomes, I'm uncomfortable, I'm uncertain, I want to disappear. People read these signals instantly, even without trying. Body language is a universal instinct, something we all learned long before language. A baby can read faces before they can understand words. That's how powerful the nonverbal world is. Mastering first impressions doesn't mean pretending to be someone you're not. It means learning how to manage your physical presence so it reflects the best version of you. Here are a few foundational principles of a strong first impression. Enter with purpose. Don't rush or hesitate. Move with intention. Make brief but warm eye contact. Not too long, not too quick, just enough to show presence. Relax your shoulders. Tension gives off nervousness. Keep your hands visible. Hidden hands subconsciously signal distrust. Smile naturally. A small, warm smile changes the entire atmosphere. First impressions aren't about perfection. They're about presence. And presence is something you build through awareness, practice, and confidence. When you master the art of first impressions, you begin every interaction with an advantage. People listen more, trust more, and respond more openly, because your body language tells them they are safe with you. And that changes everything. Posture is one of the strongest signals of confidence, and one of the easiest to get wrong without realizing it. Your posture doesn't just influence how others see you, it also affects how you feel about yourself. When your body stands tall, your mind follows. When your body collapses inward, your confidence collapses with it. Think about the last time you saw someone walk into a room with their back straight, chin up, and shoulders relaxed. Not stiff, not tense, but naturally aligned. They didn't have to talk loudly or force themselves to appear confident. Their posture did the work for them. Now, think about someone who slouched, stared downward, or folded in on themselves. Even if they were smart, capable, or talented, their posture immediately lowered their presence. Posture communicates three things instantly. 1. Confidence. A tall, open posture signals you're secure in yourself. 2. Competence. People trust those who look stable and grounded. 3. Emotional state. Anxiety, sadness, or insecurity often show up as closed or collapsed posture. Good posture isn't about standing like a soldier. It's about alignment. When your spine is straight, your chest is open, and your shoulders are relaxed, you send a message that you're comfortable in your own skin. Here's how posture impacts your entire life. Psychological impact. Your brain listens to your body. When you sit or stand tall, studies show your brain boosts your confidence, sharpens focus, and lowers stress. This is why people using power poses feel more in control. They're literally signaling strength to their brain. Social impact. People subconsciously respect good posture. Leaders, speakers, and influential figures all project grounded posture. It shows you're dependable and self-assured. Internal impact. Your breathing improves, your mood lifts, and your energy rises. A collapsed posture restricts your lungs and increases fatigue. Everyday ways to improve posture. Stand with your weight evenly balanced, not leaning on one side. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Don't force them back. Sit with your back supported, not curled forward. Walk as if someone gently pulls a string from the top of your head. When your posture is open, your life becomes open. When your posture is confident, your decisions become confident. And when your posture is aligned, your presence becomes magnetic. Master your posture, and you master one of the most powerful aspects of body language. Eye contact is one of the strongest forms of nonverbal communication, and yet it's one of the most misunderstood. Too little eye contact makes people think you're nervous, dishonest, or uninterested. Too much eye contact can feel aggressive, intimidating, or unnatural. But the right kind of eye contact? It builds trust instantly. Humans are wired to seek meaning in the eyes.
Long before we learned to speak, we communicated through eye movements, gaze direction, and visual attention. Even today, your eyes reveal more about your emotions and intentions than any sentence you could speak. Think about any powerful leader, actor, speaker, or even a confident friend you admire. Their eye contact isn't random. It's intentional, steady, warm, and controlled. You feel seen, heard, and respected when they look at you.
Eye contact communicates several things instantly. 1. Confidence. A steady gaze signals that you're comfortable with yourself and the situation. People naturally trust those who maintain calm, balanced eye contact. 2. Honesty. We instinctively associate eye contact with truthfulness. Even if you're saying the right words, people won't believe you if your eyes are darting everywhere. 3. Presence. Eye contact shows you're paying attention. It makes people feel valued and understood. 4. Emotional clarity. Your eyes reveal whether you're excited, anxious, distracted, or engaged. But mastering eye contact isn't about staring. It's about connecting. Here's what healthy, powerful eye contact looks like. The 50-70 rule. Maintain eye contact about 50% of the time when speaking and 70% when listening. This makes the other person feel heard and respected. Shift your gaze naturally. Look away occasionally, upward or to the side, then return. This prevents staring and keeps things natural. Match your expression with your eyes. A soft gaze combined with a small smile makes you approachable. Use the triangle technique in close conversations. Gently shift your gaze between the eyes and mouth. It creates intimacy without discomfort. When in a group, make rounds. Meet each person's eyes briefly so everyone feels included. Don't avoid eye contact when nervous. Avoiding someone's gaze makes anxiety worse. Gradually practice holding it for 1 to 3 seconds at a time. Why eye contact is a superpower. Eye contact can create instant connection, influence decisions, deepen relationships, and even help you appear more charismatic. People remember how you made them feel, and nothing makes someone feel seen like genuine eye contact. When you master eye contact, you master one of the strongest tools of human communication. You create trust without a word, respect without effort, and connection without trying. Your face is the most expressive part of your entire body. It can communicate joy, sadness, confidence, confusion, fear, interest, boredom, trust, or doubt, often in less than a second. People form judgments about your intentions and personality by reading your expressions, sometimes without even realizing they're doing it. That's why mastering facial expressions is crucial to mastering body language. A genuine smile can melt tension, open doors, and make you instantly more approachable. But a forced smile does the opposite. It looks unnatural, it feels uncomfortable, and people can spot it from a mile away. Humans are incredibly good at detecting authenticity. That's why the emotional state behind your expression matters just as much as the expression itself. When your emotions and your face match, people sense honesty. When they don't, people sense something is off, even if they can't explain why. Your resting expression also says a lot about you. Many people unintentionally look upset, tired, or annoyed when they're actually fine. This neutral expression can send the wrong message during interactions, making others think you're unfriendly or disinterested. Being aware of your natural resting face allows you to soften it, lifting your eyebrows slightly, relaxing your jaw, and adding a small, easy smile. These simple adjustments create warmth without effort. Your facial expressions also influence your own emotions. Neuroscience has shown that smiling, even when you don't feel like it, can actually lift your mood because your brain responds to the physical movement. The same goes for relaxing your forehead or unclenching your jaw. Your mind becomes calmer when your face is calmer. This connection helps you maintain emotional control even in stressful situations, a skill that strengthens both confidence and presence. It's also important to match your expression to the moment. When someone shares something sad, soften your face. When someone tells a joke, allow yourself to naturally laugh or smile. When you're listening to someone speak, show that you're engaged through slight nods, raised eyebrows, or thoughtful expressions. These cues show empathy and understanding, making conversations more meaningful and helping people feel safe and heard. Finally, remember that your face is a storyteller. It speaks before you do. It reveals your intentions, and it builds bridges between you and others. By mastering the subtle art of facial expressions, warming your smile, relaxing your muscles, and allowing your emotions to flow naturally, you create a presence that feels real, relatable, and trustworthy. Your face becomes a powerful tool, shaping the impression you leave long after the conversation ends. Posture is not just about keeping your back straight. It is the silent architecture of your presence. Long before you speak, people read the way you hold your body, your spine, your shoulders, your neck, your stance. All of these become signals that broadcast your confidence, your emotional state, and even your sense of identity. A person with a strong posture appears grounded and self-assured, even if they speak only a few words. Meanwhile, someone who slouches, collapses their shoulders, or keeps their head down unknowingly sends messages of insecurity, fatigue, or hesitation. Whether you want to lead a team, impress in an interview, or simply feel good in your own skin, posture becomes your first and strongest tool. To master posture, you must understand one truth. Your body shapes your mind just as much as your mind shapes your body. When you stand tall, taking up your full natural space, your brain receives signals of strength, capability, and readiness. Researchers have found again and again that posture influences hormone levels, mood, and even decision-making. A powerful posture can reduce stress, enhance focus, and improve clarity of thought. This is why soldiers train to stand upright, why dancers practice elongated form, and why leaders naturally assume open, expansive stances. Your posture is a physical manifestation of the way you see yourself and the way the world wants to see you.
A confident posture begins with alignment. Imagine a straight line starting from the top of your head, running down through your spine to the base of your feet. When you stand, let your weight distribute evenly. Keep your shoulders relaxed but open, not stiff or forced. Lift your chest slightly, not in arrogance, but in awareness. The goal is not rigidity, it is a gentle, natural elevation. When sitting, avoid sinking into the chair or folding your body.
Instead, allow your back to rest in a neutral, supported position. When you walk, let your movement become an expression of ease and certainty. Each step should flow with purpose, not hurry, not hesitation, but calm intention. Posture also communicates emotional truth. Even if you try to hide your nervousness with words, your body might expose you. Trembling hands, hunched shoulders, tightened fists, or a shrinking stance reveal fear or discomfort long before your face does. Learning to adjust your posture can help you control not just how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. Standing taller during moments of anxiety does not make the fear disappear, but it gives you strength to manage it. Leaders, public speakers, and performers use this technique constantly. They align their posture before they speak, so their body supports their message, not contradicts it. Movement is a part of posture too. How you gesture, how you shift your weight, how you turn your head. Each movement should align with confidence and calmness. Quick, nervous movements signal uncertainty, while soft, deliberate gestures indicate control and stability. Even the way you place your hands matters. Avoid hiding them in pockets or crossing your arms too tightly. Instead, keep them visible and relaxed. This openness builds trust and shows that you are not guarded or defensive. People naturally feel more comfortable around someone whose posture is welcoming and steady.
Mastering your posture is not about creating a perfect physical form. It is about creating a powerful presence, a presence that speaks even when you remain silent. Your posture should tell the world, I am here, I am ready, I am confident, and I respect myself. When you learn to stand, sit, and move with purpose, you develop a language that cannot be ignored. And over time, as this new posture becomes a natural part of your identity, you will feel the transformation, inside and out. Body language begins with posture, and posture begins with awareness. Once you master this, the rest becomes effortless. Eye contact is one of the most powerful forms of communication human beings possess. Long before language evolved, eyes were the medium through which trust, danger, affection, and intention were understood. The eyes reveal emotions that the mouth may try to hide, and they establish a connection stronger than any spoken sentence. When you truly look into someone's eyes, a silent dialogue begins, one that carries truth, curiosity, respect, and presence. Eye contact is not just about seeing someone, it is about letting them feel seen. Yet eye contact is often misunderstood. Many people either avoid it due to shyness or overuse it with intensity, creating discomfort. Mastery lies in balance, maintaining a gaze long enough to show confidence and attention, but soft enough to feel natural. When you avoid eye contact, even unintentionally, the other person may sense hesitation, insecurity, or lack of interest. They might assume you are hiding something or that you are mentally absent from the conversation. On the other hand, a piercing stare can feel aggressive or intimidating. True eye contact should feel like a gentle presence, not a confrontation. The secret is to view eye contact as a bridge, not a spotlight. When you look at someone while they speak, you honor their words. You show them that you value their voice, their experience, and their existence in that moment. This simple act builds trust and strengthens the emotional bond between two people, whether they are friends, colleagues, strangers, or leaders and followers. People open up more to those who hold steady, calm eye contact. They feel a sense of safety, comfort, and authenticity.
This is why great communicators seem magnetic. Their eyes don't wander, they listen with their whole being.
Eye contact also reveals your inner state. If your gaze is steady and relaxed, people see confidence. If it flickers quickly or drops too often, they sense insecurity. But mastering eye contact does not mean you need to stare continuously. The most natural rhythm is to hold eye contact for a few seconds, gently look away to think or breathe, and then return. This creates a natural flow, like waves touching the shore and retreating softly. It keeps the conversation alive without pressure. Remember, even while breaking eye contact, your body language should stay open and present. Looking away should feel thoughtful, not avoidant. Different cultures treat eye contact differently, and this awareness can deepen your emotional intelligence. In some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as bold and confident. In others, it is considered disrespectful or too forward. Learning these nuances helps you interact with people from different backgrounds with sensitivity and wisdom. Even within the same culture, individuals vary. Some feel connected through eye contact, while others become nervous. Reading their comfort level and adjusting accordingly makes your communication smooth and respectful. But the deepest truth about eye contact is this: it reflects your relationship with yourself. When you struggle to meet another person's eyes, it often means you are unsure about your own worth or afraid of being seen for who you really are. When you hold eye contact comfortably, it shows acceptance of yourself and of others. Eye contact becomes a mirror. It reveals your authenticity, your confidence, your vulnerability, and your emotional strength. By practicing eye contact in small, consistent ways, you gradually train your mind to remain calm under connection.
Mastering eye contact is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about allowing your eyes to communicate sincerity, understanding, and quiet power. When you learn how to look at people with intention, softly, confidently, and with warmth, you create relationships that feel deeper and more meaningful. You become someone who can influence, connect, and empathize effortlessly. Eye contact is not a skill, it is a silent art. And once you master it, every interaction becomes more human, more real, and more powerful. Posture is one of the first things people notice about you before you even speak a single word. It silently broadcasts messages about your confidence, your energy, and even your emotional state. A straight posture tells the world you belong here, that you are someone who respects yourself. A slouched posture, on the other hand, whispers insecurity, exhaustion, or hesitation. The truth is, people make judgments in seconds, and your posture becomes your silent reputation long before your voice enters the room. The most fascinating part is that posture does not just influence how others see you, it also influences how you see yourself. When you stand tall, your brain interprets the position as strength. Your breathing becomes deeper, your heart rate steadies, and your thoughts become clearer. You feel more prepared, more capable, and more grounded. When your body rises, your mind rises with it. This is why athletes, speakers,
and leaders consciously adjust their posture before stepping into important moments. It is not vanity, it is psychology. Your body shapes your confidence, and your confidence shapes your life.
Posture is also about openness versus defensiveness. When your shoulders are relaxed, your chest is open, and your arms are not crossed, you appear welcoming. People feel invited to approach you, to talk to you, to connect with you. But when your arms are folded tightly or your body curls inward, you unknowingly create emotional distance. Even if your words are friendly, your body may be saying, "Stay away." This mismatch creates confusion and weakens your presence. Mastering posture means aligning your physical stance with your emotional intention so that people can truly feel your sincerity.
Reduce noise. Correct posture does not mean standing like a statue or forcing yourself into uncomfortable poses. It is about finding a natural, balanced alignment where your body feels light and supported. Imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head upward. This simple visualization instantly straightens your spine without tension. Let your shoulders relax down, not forward. Keep your feet grounded and balanced. When you stand or sit with ease and openness, your energy flows naturally and your presence becomes more powerful without effort. People don't see stiffness, they see confidence.
Your posture also affects how well you listen and communicate. When you lean slightly forward while someone speaks, you show that you are present, engaged, and interested. When you lean back with arms crossed, you signal resistance or disconnect, even if you don't mean to. Small shifts in posture can either deepen the relationship or create an emotional barrier. Good communicators use their posture like a tool. They lean in when empathy is needed, they stand tall when confidence is required, and they keep their body open to invite trust and connection.
Posture also plays a major role in your emotional well-being. When you slouch, your breathing becomes shallow, your energy drains faster, and negative emotions feel heavier. But when you straighten your back, even slightly, you create space for your lungs, your heart, and your thoughts. You feel more alive. Research even shows that good posture can reduce stress and increase resilience. It is a small physical adjustment with a massive emotional impact. Sometimes, simply lifting your chest and relaxing your shoulders can shift your entire mood in seconds.
But perhaps the most important part of mastering posture is consistency. You cannot change your posture overnight, but you can improve it with awareness. Start noticing how you sit while working, how you stand while waiting in line, how you walk into a room. Each time you adjust your posture, you teach your body a new habit. And within weeks, this habit becomes your natural state. You begin to carry yourself with quiet confidence. People start treating you differently, more respectfully, more attentively, more warmly, because your body language communicates that you respect yourself. Posture is more than a physical stance. It is your personal statement to the world. It reflects your strength, your calmness, and your self-worth. When you master your posture, you transform the way people perceive you and the way you perceive yourself. You step into your own presence with intention, and life begins to respond to you with the same energy.
Hand gestures are one of the most powerful tools in communication, yet most people use them unconsciously. These small, seemingly simple movements can amplify your message, clarify your emotions, and make your presence more magnetic. When you speak with your hands, your words gain rhythm and life. They become easier to follow and more engaging to listen to. Great storytellers, leaders, and speakers all use gestures, not because they are performing, but because gestures help translate their inner thoughts into visible expression. Your hands often reveal your emotions before your mouth does. When you're excited, they move faster. When you're nervous, they may fidget or hide. When you're confident, they move smoothly with intention. These natural signals send messages to the listener: honesty, comfort, anxiety, openness, or uncertainty. If your words say one thing, but your hands say another, people trust the hands. That's because gestures are instinctive and harder to fake. Mastering this aspect of body language means using your hands as partners in communication, not problems to control.
Purposeful hand gestures create clarity. When you use your hands to outline shapes, show direction, or emphasize key points, you make your thoughts easier to understand. Imagine someone explaining an idea while their hands stay stiff at their sides. It feels flat. But when their gestures flow naturally, the conversation becomes more visual and alive. People don't just hear your message, they feel it. This is why teachers, storytellers, and leaders use gestures intentionally. They help transform words into images and images into memory. But gestures must be used with balance. Too many can overwhelm your message and feel chaotic, while too few can make you appear stiff or disconnected. The key is to move with intention, not nervous energy. Your gestures should originate from your core, not from anxiety in your fingers. Open palm gestures communicate honesty and transparency. They subconsciously tell the listener, "I'm showing you everything. I'm hiding nothing." Closed fists emphasize determination and passion. Pointing, however, can feel aggressive, so it's best used sparingly. Every movement has meaning, and when used wisely, it becomes powerful.
The space your hands use also matters. When your gestures stay tight and close to your body, you appear timid, as if shrinking into yourself. But when you allow your hands to open outward naturally, you show confidence and comfort in your environment. This is why people who feel powerful tend to use larger, more fluid gestures. They take up space without fear. You don't need to exaggerate or perform. Even a subtle widening of your gestures can shift the perception of your confidence dramatically. Hand gestures can also help you connect emotionally. When you place your hand gently over your heart while speaking about something meaningful, people feel the sincerity in your words. When you hold your hands open, as if inviting the audience into your space, they feel welcomed and accepted. Gestures are emotional extensions of your thoughts. They show vulnerability, passion, empathy, and strength, all without a single word. This emotional resonance is what makes gestures such a powerful tool in human connection. What many people don't realize is that gestures are not just for others. They help you think more clearly. Moving your hands while you speak activates parts of your brain that improve clarity and memory. That's why people often gesture even when they're on the phone and no one can see them. Their mind is organizing thoughts through movement. When you stop trying to control your hands and instead let them support your thinking, your speech becomes smoother and more natural. Learning to master hand gestures begins with awareness. Watch yourself speak in the mirror. Notice which gestures feel natural and which are driven by nerves. Practice slowing down your movements and making them purposeful. Let your hands rise only when your words need support. When done correctly, your gestures will feel like an extension of your voice, graceful, expressive, and powerful. Hand gestures are the unseen music of communication. They guide the listener, support your words, and reveal your authenticity. When your hands move with intention and emotion, you speak a language beyond words, a language that connects souls faster than sound. Master this, and your presence becomes unforgettable.
Mirroring is one of the most powerful and underestimated tools in body language. It is the silent act of subtly matching another person's posture, gestures, tone, or energy. Humans have been mirroring one another since infancy. Babies mirror their parents' expressions long before they understand words. It's nature's way of saying, "We are alike. You are safe with me." When done intentionally and gently, mirroring becomes a bridge between two people, creating instant comfort, trust, and emotional alignment. The fascinating thing is that we mirror the people we like without even noticing. When you feel connected to someone, your body naturally syncs with theirs. You lean when they lean, you smile when they smile, you nod when they nod. But when connection is missing, the synchronicity disappears. This is why mastering mirroring is like learning an emotional language that helps others feel understood even before the conversation deepens. When someone senses that you're aligned with them physically, they subconsciously believe you're aligned with them emotionally too.
Effective mirroring is subtle, not copying, not mimicking, not acting. It's more like attuning yourself to another person's rhythm. If they speak softly, you soften your tone. If they sit relaxed, you relax your posture. If they lean slightly forward because they're deeply engaged, you follow with a gentle forward lean of your own. These small adjustments create a sense of harmony. The other person begins to feel like you get them without trying too hard. It builds rapport faster than any perfectly chosen words ever could. Mirroring is especially powerful in difficult conversations. When someone is upset, anxious, or defensive, mirroring their breathing and posture can calm the emotional storm. It signals empathy, not just through words like "I understand," but through your presence. Imagine someone grieving or stressed. They sit with their head low, breathing slowly. If you match that energy with quietness and softness, you become a safe space. If instead you act upbeat or overly cheerful, the emotional mismatch creates more distance. Mirroring helps you emotionally align with people during their highs and lows.
But mastering mirroring also requires emotional awareness. If someone is angry and leaning aggressively forward, you don't mirror the aggression, you mirror the intensity but soften the posture. This shows you're present but not confrontational. The goal is connection, not conflict. Mirroring should always be respectful, gentle, and attuned to the other person's comfort level. When done with sincerity, people feel emotionally validated. When overdone, it becomes obvious and uncomfortable. Balance is the key. Mirroring also affects how people perceive your leadership. Leaders who mirror their team create a sense of unity. They make others feel understood, respected, and valued. This is why great mentors, therapists, negotiators, and speakers all use mirroring consciously. They don't just talk to people, they tune into them. They create a rhythm of connection where both sides feel in sync. This is what makes their presence calming, inspiring, and trustworthy.
The beauty of mirroring is that it works even in silence. Two people sitting together, legs crossed the same way, breathing at the same pace, leaning forward with equal softness. That's connection without a single word. Relationships strengthen when presence matches presence. Even strangers feel closer when they naturally mirror each other. This is why people sitting together on airplanes or waiting rooms sometimes feel an unexpected bond. They've unconsciously synchronized their body language. Practicing mirroring starts with observation. Notice how someone sits. Notice their emotional tone. Notice their pace and their energy. Instead of changing yourself completely, align with them slightly. You will be surprised at how instantly the conversation becomes smoother. People open up more, trust more, and feel more comfortable around someone who feels like them. Mirroring is not manipulation, it is emotional intelligence. It is empathy expressed through the body. It is the art of saying, "I'm with you," without interrupting or trying to take over. When you master mirroring, you gain an invisible power. The power to make people feel safe, understood, and connected on a level deeper than words.
Space, or the way you occupy and respect it, is a silent language that communicates your intentions, confidence, and comfort with yourself and others. Humans are wired to notice personal space. It is instinctive. When someone stands too close, it can create tension or discomfort. When someone keeps too much distance, it can feel cold or distant. Understanding and mastering spatial awareness is essential in projecting confidence and building connection without saying a single word. Your use of space signals your confidence level. People who carry themselves with ease tend to take up space naturally. They don't shrink into chairs or crowd themselves into corners. Their movements are deliberate, their gestures open, and their stance balanced. This subtle occupation of space shows both self-assurance and respect for the environment around them. Conversely, someone who hesitates, hugs themselves, or closes in on small areas can subconsciously signal insecurity or unease. Space is not just about comfort. It is about the silent claim you make on the world. Understanding others' space is equally important. People have different comfort zones based on culture, personality, and context. Too much closeness can feel intrusive. Too much distance can feel disengaged. Observing and adjusting your proximity can instantly improve the quality of any interaction. For instance, in professional settings, keeping a respectful distance communicates respect and professionalism. In personal settings, leaning slightly closer signals attentiveness and warmth. The ability to read and respond to spatial cues creates harmony and connection without a word. The way you navigate shared space also affects perceived authority. Leaders naturally position themselves in ways that command attention without intimidation. Standing slightly forward in a discussion, maintaining balanced posture, And using gestures that occupy moderate space signals confidence. People unconsciously notice these patterns. They are attracted to those who use space deliberately rather than unconsciously. Small shifts, like opening your stance or using a larger visual frame with your gestures, can make a remarkable difference in presence. Body orientation plays a key role in how space is perceived. When you angle your body slightly towards someone, it signals interest and engagement. When you angle away, it can indicate disinterest or detachment. Even subtle changes, like facing your torso toward the speaker or listener, can deepen trust and connection. This is why salespeople, negotiators, and therapists carefully manage orientation. They know that how you stand or sit in relation to someone communicates almost as much as the words you speak. Space is also about creating comfort for yourself. People who are cramped, closed, or physically constrained often feel mentally constrained as well. Allowing yourself room to move freely, stretch naturally, and breathe deeply enhances both presence and confidence. When your body feels free, your mind feels free, and your interactions become smoother and more genuine. Mastering space is not about dominance, it is about balance. It is about knowing when to step closer and when to step back, when to open up and when to contract. It is about being aware of the invisible boundaries around you, both for yourself and for those around you. Done consciously, your control of space projects calm, confidence, and emotional intelligence. It tells the world that you are comfortable with yourself and that you respect others' comfort as well. In essence, space is an invisible language that shapes how people perceive you before you speak a single word. When you occupy it wisely, you communicate authority, empathy, and presence effortlessly. Learning to master proximity, orientation, and spatial awareness elevates every interaction. It allows you to be seen, understood, and respected without needing to explain yourself. Space is silent, yet it speaks volumes, and mastering it makes your presence unforgettable. Touch is one of the most intimate and powerful forms of communication. Yet it is also one of the most delicate. A simple handshake, a gentle pat on the shoulder, or a reassuring touch on the arm can convey warmth, trust, empathy, and confidence in ways words cannot. Humans are wired to respond to touch. From the moment we are born, touch connects us to safety, comfort, and care. It signals trust and presence on a deep, almost instinctive level. The key to mastering touch in body language is awareness. Not all touch is appropriate or welcomed. Context, culture, relationship, and timing all matter. In professional settings, a firm handshake can establish confidence and respect. In personal conversations, a light touch on the arm can provide reassurance or show empathy. The power of touch lies in its subtlety. Too little, and your gestures feel distant. Too much, and they feel invasive. The mastery comes from sensing what the other person needs and responding with care. Touch is also closely tied to emotional intelligence. When someone is anxious, a gentle touch can calm the nervous system and create trust. When someone is celebrating, a congratulatory pat or high five communicates joy and shared enthusiasm. By reading the emotional cues in others and responding with intentional touch, you deepen connections without needing words. Touch communicates presence, authenticity, and care, all silently yet profoundly. Interestingly, touch doesn't just affect the receiver, it affects the giver too. A reassuring hand on someone's shoulder or a firm handshake releases oxytocin, the hormone associated with trust and bonding. This mutual release strengthens rapport and creates a sense of connection that words alone cannot achieve. Professionals who understand this subtle dynamic use touch to establish stronger relationships and foster collaboration.
But touch must always align with your overall body language. If your posture is closed or tense, a touch can feel awkward or controlling. If your expression is indifferent, touch can feel insincere. The harmony of posture, gesture, and facial expression enhances the impact of touch. It becomes a holistic language where every element supports the message of trust, empathy, or confidence. Mastering touch also means understanding its limitations. While it can build trust, it cannot replace the need for verbal communication and emotional alignment. Touch is most effective when it complements your words, your gaze, and your presence. In fact, touch can amplify your verbal messages, making them more memorable and impactful.
Ultimately, touch is about connection. It signals care, attention, and respect in a way that transcends culture and language, when used thoughtfully. Those who master the subtle art of touch communicate silently yet profoundly, creating bonds that feel genuine, deep, and lasting. It is a language that requires sensitivity, timing, and emotional intelligence, and when practiced carefully, it elevates your entire presence. Micro-expressions are the tiny, fleeting movements on a person's face that reveal true emotions, sometimes before the person even realizes it themselves. They last only a fraction of a second, but they carry incredible power. Happiness, sadness, anger, fear, surprise, disgust, and contempt can all flash across someone's face in a moment, and if you learn to notice them, you gain insight far deeper than words ever allow. Microexpressions are the hidden signals of human interaction, the clues that reveal what someone truly feels behind the mask of politeness or composure.
Most people miss these subtle cues because they are too focused on words or gestures. Yet the truth is, the face rarely lies. A slight tightening of the lips can indicate tension or disagreement. A fleeting raise of the eyebrows can reveal surprise or curiosity. The corner of a smile that twitches for just a second can reveal genuine amusement or masked discomfort. By learning to spot these tiny movements, you can read situations more accurately, anticipate reactions, and respond with greater empathy and understanding. The skill of reading microexpressions is not about judging or manipulating. It is about awareness. Imagine a friend saying they are fine, but their eyes briefly show sadness. Noticing this microexpression allows you to respond with care rather than assumption. In professional situations, microexpressions can give you insight into whether someone is engaged, skeptical, or hiding uncertainty. This skill can make negotiations smoother, teamwork stronger, and personal relationships deeper. It's like having a secret window into the unspoken truths of interaction. Training yourself to notice micro-expressions requires focus and practice. Start with observation. Watch people in conversations or videos without judgment. Notice fleeting shifts in the eyes, mouth, forehead, and jaw. Over time, you will start recognizing patterns, the subtle signs that indicate fear, excitement, or deception. The key is to pair this observation with emotional intelligence. Seeing a microexpression is not enough. You must respond with sensitivity. A microexpression is a signal, not a verdict.
Microexpressions also teach self-awareness. When you practice recognizing emotions in others, you begin to notice your own involuntary expressions. You start to see when your body unconsciously signals nervousness, impatience, or stress, even if your words say otherwise. By mastering your own microexpressions, you gain the ability to control your presence more effectively. Your face becomes a canvas where intentionality overrides automatic reaction, allowing you to communicate with clarity, authenticity, and impact. Ultimately, microexpressions are the invisible language of the soul. They reveal truth, deepen connection, and enhance perception. When you learn to read them, you not only understand others better, but you also understand yourself more fully. This skill transforms interactions into genuine exchanges, where empathy, honesty, and awareness guide every moment. Microexpressions may be brief, but their effect is profound, an essential tool in mastering body language and building trust in every area of life. Silence is one of the most powerful tools in body language, yet it is often overlooked. In a world where everyone rushes to fill every moment with words, silence can communicate more than speech ever could. It shows confidence, presence, and control. It allows people to reflect on your message, observe your demeanor, and sense your emotional state. When used intentionally, silence is not emptiness. It is a statement, a pause that speaks volumes about your self-assurance and awareness.
Mastering silence begins with comfort. Many people feel the need to speak constantly because silence makes them uncomfortable. But the most influential people understand that pausing creates impact. When you remain calm and silent at the right moments, you allow others to notice your presence, to weigh your words, and to feel your authority. Silence communicates that you are in control of yourself and the conversation, rather than being controlled by it. Silence is also a mirror for observation. In quiet moments, you can read the room, notice subtle gestures, detect emotions, and anticipate reactions. While others fill the space with words, you gain insight. You can watch micro-expressions, listen to tone shifts, and observe body movements that reveal truth. Silence gives you the upper hand because it transforms you from a reactive participant to a conscious observer. Every word you speak after this observation carries precision and power. In social interactions, silence creates anticipation and respect. When someone finishes speaking, a moment of thoughtful pause before you respond communicates that you are listening deeply. It signals that you value their words and that your response is deliberate, not impulsive. This is particularly effective in negotiations, leadership, or counseling situations. People naturally respect those who do not rush to fill space, because silence demonstrates patience, maturity, and confidence.
Silence is also emotional. Sometimes words cannot express the depth of what you feel, whether it's empathy, admiration, or sorrow. In these moments, a simple presence without speech conveys understanding more effectively than any phrase could. A comforting silence can calm tension, honor grief, and allow connection without intrusion. It is a language of the heart, subtle yet profoundly impactful. Mastering the art of silence requires self-awareness and practice. Notice your reactions when others pause, and allow yourself to resist the urge to speak immediately. Learn to become comfortable in quiet moments, understanding that they do not require filling. Pair silence with confident posture, calm breathing, and intentional gestures. This combination communicates presence, patience, and strength. Ultimately, silence is a form of mastery. It shows that you do not need to rely solely on words to convey power, empathy, or connection. It allows your body, your gaze, your posture, and your gestures to speak for you. Silence commands attention, inspires trust, and creates space for genuine connection. When used thoughtfully, it transforms ordinary interactions into moments of deep presence and understanding.
Practice is key to mastering facial expressions. Start by observing your own face in mirrors or recordings. Notice how different emotions naturally show themselves and which expressions feel authentic versus forced. Learn to relax your facial muscles, soften your gaze, and allow emotions to show subtly but clearly. Over time, your expressions will align effortlessly with your internal state, making your communication more powerful and genuine. Ultimately, facial expressions are a bridge between inner emotion and outward perception. They allow you to express authenticity, empathy, and intention without relying solely on words. When mastered, they enhance every aspect of your body language, deepening connection, building trust, and creating presence. Your face becomes a tool of silent influence, capable of shaping interactions and leaving lasting impressions.
Thank you for joining us on Whispered Tales today, where we explored the incredible power of body language. From posture and gestures to facial expressions, micro-expressions, and the subtle art of silence, we've uncovered how every movement, every glance, and every pause communicates volumes without a single word.